Okay, if you're in sales or marketing, you totally know this feeling. You gotta scale your outreach, but you're this close to just lighting your keyboard on fire from all the manual work. Today, we're gonna talk about a much, much better way.
So a campaign starts working, and what's the first instinct? Just pour gas on the fire, right? Send more emails, hit up more people, and get more results. I mean, it makes sense. But if you've actually tried it, you know it almost never works out that way.
And if that feeling of just spinning your wheels sounds familiar, don't worry, you're not alone. You've just run headfirst into what we call the scaling trap. It's a really common problem, but the good news is there's a clear way out.
So what is this trap exactly? Well, it's this weird paradox where the harder you work, the worse your results get. You're sending so many emails that your sender reputation takes a nosedive. Your open rates just plummet, and suddenly you're working 10 times harder for like half the results. It's a classic case of diminishing returns. This quote right here, this is the whole mindset shift you need to make. True scaling isn't about brute force. It's not just about more, more, more. It's about building a smart, repeatable system that does the heavy lifting for you.
And that new way of thinking leads us straight to the solution. You need to build an outreach system. So let's break down what that actually looks like. So when we say an outreach system, what are we talking about? Think of it as your growth engine. It's not just one campaign. It's the whole well-oiled machine designed to be smart and measurable so you can send better emails, not just more of them, and do it way more efficiently. Okay, but how do you actually build this engine? That's the big question. Well, lucky for you, there's a blueprint. We're about to walk through a 6-step framework that's going to give you the exact structure you need to build your own killer outreach system. All right, here are the 6 steps at a glance. We start with who you're talking to. Then we get into the nuts and bolts, automation and personalization. After that, it's all about the data, tracking it, testing it, and making sure your emails actually get where they're supposed to go. Let's dig in. First things first, and listen, this is absolutely non-negotiable. You have to define your ideal customer profile, your ICP. Seriously, every other step completely falls apart without this. Scaling outreach to the wrong people is just buying a first-class ticket to the spam folder. So get super clear on their industry, their role, and the specific problems you can actually solve for them. Quality over quantity always, always starts here. Now, steps 2 and 3 are really two sides of the same coin. It's all about being efficient and effective at the same time. You want to automate all the robotic stuff, sending follow-ups, tracking opens, you name it. This isn't about being lazy. It's about buying back your time for the stuff that matters, the human stuff. Then you use that time you saved for high-impact personalization. I'm talking way beyond high first name. Use details about their company or something they just posted. That's the secret to making an email sent to hundreds of people feel like it was written just for one. Step 4 is where your system gets really smart. Look, you can't improve what you don't measure, but you have to measure what actually matters. Open rates are nice, sure, but reply rates? That's the truth. An open just tells you your subject line worked. A reply tells you your entire message worked. Which brings us to a golden rule. Always be testing. From your subject lines to your call to action, you should constantly be running little A/B tests to see what actually connects with people. Because let's be real, scaling without testing just means you're getting really, really fast at sending emails people are going to ignore. And finally, step 6, you have to protect your deliverability. If your emails are landing in spam, literally nothing else we've talked about matters. This means you got to warm up new email accounts properly and keep a super close eye on your bounce rate. You have to keep it under 3%. Why? Because email providers see anything higher as a massive red flag, and they will tank your sender reputation for a long, long time. So when you put all these pieces together, you're not just working harder anymore. You're working smarter. You're building a system that scales intelligently, predictably, and without you having to burn out. And that, right there, is the ultimate goal. What you're building isn't just a campaign that's going to fizzle out. It's an efficient, reliable growth engine for your entire business, a system that works for you day in and day out, bringing in results you can actually count on. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. When you look at your process right now, what is the number one most repetitive task that you could automate today? Find that one thing and make that the very first gear in your new outreach engine.